Hello everyone, welcome to my shop. This is going to be a shop tour, but it shouldn't take that long because it's not very big. This is in the back of a van. It's about 6 feet wide and my shop area is about 5 feet from the back of the van up. So it's about 5 by 6. You can see I have this stool here. This is what I sit on while I'm turning at the lathe there. And I just kind of fan around, I got a couple of fluorescent lights for lighting. So I'm going to sit down on my stool and I'll kind of show you what I got around the edge of the van. Okay, so we'll start on this side. I have my paper towels here. I just have them on a couple of shelf bracket kind of things, and then it's held on with a bungee cord. Here I have this little crate that's got it's got a 5-minute epoxy, some other epoxy, and my CA glue and miscellaneous stuff like that. This is my sandpaper. I got all the grits. I have these containers screwed to the shelf so they can't move around when I'm driving. And down below, just a tray with some miscellaneous. I have some wax in there and some other sandpaper and stuff. And then I have these bins here that are kind of just miscellaneous. I keep my the sandpaper that I'm using in this bin. This is a rag I need to throw away for the finish. And then I have a couple of drive centers, and my I have this worm screw, and then I have my other one here, and then this is for one of my chucks. Up here you can see that's what I have for breakfast, and I was trying to figure out containers for my finish and I couldn't really think of anything, and then one day I thought, hey, these would work great, so I just keep my finishes in each one of these, so that works good. These are my chucks. This is a 2-point, you can see on there, it's a Wen chuck, 2.75 inch, and then this is my other Wen chuck. It's a 3.75 inch. Right now I have, that's a Nova chuck that's in there now. Nova G3, I think it is. So I have 3 chucks that I use. I have this smaller Wen, and then this is my the bigger, the 3.75, and then I have the Nova chuck. This is my setup for my camera. I just have it on you can see it's on PVC pipe. There's a bigger one here, and then this is a smaller, and they just fit inside. And then I have this couple of hose clamps, and this is a thread protector. It's just a piece of weed plastic that goes over threads of like bolts or whatever. I got that from a job I used to have. So I can raise this up or lower it, and then when I'm filming, all of these extend out, so it'll extend almost to the end of my lathe. And then so I can raise it, lower it, I can move it, you know, wherever I want it. And then also on here I have one of these I don't know what they're called. It's like a ball thing. I just loosen this up, and then I can move this part around anywhere I want. This is a magnetic mount that I got it at Walmart. It was like $5. So I have this, and this part swivels, so I can you know, do some fine adjustments to the camera. And it just got a round piece that double-sided tape that goes on the back of your phone, and then it's just magnetic and it holds it there. So I can pretty much move this anywhere I want. I have this hanging here. This is a shower curtain. I just bought a cheap shower curtain at Walmart and cut it to the length I need. So this covers my tools. And then I have another one here, and when I'm turning I just pull this and it covers all of this, so when the shavings are flying, they just hit that and fall to the floor rather than getting all over my stuff here. Over here I have my tools. I have both of my skews there, and then the tools that I use. I actually don't use all of these. Mostly I just use the bull gouge, the parting tool, and then both skews, depending on what I'm doing. The rest of these are just, they're here and I use them occasionally, but not that much. And then in the back I have, that's where I keep all my drill chucks, an extra live center there. And then this just hangs there to protect all that from the shavings. I think that's everything on this side. I got the fluorescent light. This is a 4-foot fluorescent, kind of a flush mount almost, so it doesn't hang down too much. This goes along basically my tool wall, and then this one goes across the van, and it's right over my lathe, so it's plenty of light. I've had a lot of people ask about my lathe, so I thought I would talk a little bit about it. This is a it's a 10 by 18, I think. It's a W1752 is the model. It's a shop box. So I think it's a 10 by 18, but I'm not sure. 18 means the distance between the drive center and the live center. So it's actually longer than 18. I think it's like 32 inches if I measure the whole length. I replaced the motor on it with a variable speed motor. It had a 110 motor. I think it was a 1/2 horsepower. So I took that off, and then I mounted the motor that comes with a variable speed. It's actually a 12-volt motor. It's 3/4 horsepower, and then it has the control here. So it's got it's the on and off, and then you turn this dial to adjust the speed. Which basically, when I set this up, this has the different pulleys for the, you can change the pulley for the speed. Well, the way I'm set up now is I have the pulley on one gear, and I never have to mess with this. It always stays on the same pulleys, and then I can adjust the speed with the dial. And my adjustment is, I believe I've never checked RPMs, but my guess is the slow speed, it gets down to about 300 to 400 RPMs, and then when I turn it all the way up, it's about 1200 RPMs, which is 1200 is more than enough for me to do the stuff that I do. I drilled a couple holes here. This is for the chuck that's on here, and then this is for the drill chuck. It's the same drill chuck, so this fits all the different ones I have. This is my drive center. I ground it off here. It was actually a MT2, but I ground it here because on my jaws stick out more than normal, and I wanted to use this so that I don't have to, I can just put it in my chuck. I don't have to keep taking the chuck on and off. And then this goes into the center and then tightens down, and it sticks out enough so it comes out past the jaws. So I tried to find one I could buy that was a longer one, but I couldn't really find one, so I ended up making this. I just put this on the how did I do that? I can't remember how I did that, but anyway, I had it on the lathe. Oh yeah, I used my Nova chuck that has the small jaws, and I just put it in this way, turn the lathe on, and then I just use an angle grinder and just ground this off until I got it to the size that I wanted. So moving on, oh, one more thing with my lathe. I mounted it on I was looking all over and couldn't figure out how I wanted to do this, but this is actually a mount for a boat seat, like in a boat. So it's got a base on each end, on the floor and on where the lathe is attached. And it's a two-piece, so one fits in the other, and you can adjust the height, which I don't adjust the height, but having this, it allows me to swivel the lathe. So I just made a a foot at the back of it that just out of scrap wood I had. And these are actually the feet that go into the, they screw into the lathe, 4 of them, 2 on each end. And I just use those to attach it to the, this is attached to the wood here, and then this is attached right to the plate of the boat seat mount. You can see right there. So if I'm when I'm turning, I always turn from the back side of the lathe when I'm doing end grain. So with this setup, it allows me to I can just turn the lathe all the way so it's over here. So basically I can turn it, and now I can work from the back side. So I have that set up, and then when I'm done, I just slide it back around back to where it was. Moving on, this is how I sharpen my tools. It's just a 4x36 belt sander from Harbor Freight, and then I use this for the bowl gouge, Wolverine jig. Now the way I have this set up, I never have to adjust anything. I never have to move anything to sharpen all my tools. So what I do is this up here, this is just a piece of plywood mounted to a bar clamp, and then I have the bracket on the side that actually, it was for the table that came on here. So I just mounted it to the piece of plywood, and then I have it just on the side here, and then I adjust the angle, and then I have it clamped right to the side of the, and that keeps this at the same angle all the time. With this angle here, this is the angle that I sharpen my skew at. It's also the same angle that I sharpen my parting tool, and it's the same angle that I sharpen my my Bedan, or my square screwdriver that I showed you in that other video. It's got a square shank, and I just tapered the 2 ends to make it like a Bedan. So all of that gets sharpened without moving this. And also it's the angle of the wings on my bowl gouge. So when I get a new bowl gouge and I reshape it to the grind that I want, I just put it on here upside down, and I can grind the wings. I just bought a new bowl gouge, and I need to shape it, so I'm going to do a video on how to reshape it to the grind that you use. So if anybody needs help with that, that video should help out. Okay, and then this is where I sharpen my bowl gouge. Basically what I did is, this here has the this is where the table went in. It was just a round deal you put in there, and you tighten it down, and it holds the table on here that originally came with the sander. What I did is I took, this is actually a shaft of a pry bar, and I just had to grind the corners to fit into this hole, and then I used this. Originally my idea was I would be able to slide it in and out, but turns out I never move it. So but anyway, that was the idea of that. I had these marked for different, when I first started turning, I was trying different, tools and everything, so I had different marks, but the way I have it set up now, I never have to move it. So I actually need to cut this off because it's kind of in the way, sticking out here. And then I put the gouge in, and I hold it up against the sander right here, and then this is my gauge for how far the tip comes through. And then once I have that set, it's just on here, and then I just sand it, or grind it for the angle that I need. This right here is, I have a drill driver and a drill that I just hang on one of these. It's the same one I use for my paper towels over there. And then these are all my tool rests. I have 4 total sizes. And up here, I have my drill bits there. Eventually I'm going to be drilling holes in all this and putting, different like screwdriver tips, bits, whatever. That's all going to be in here. I put these hangers here. This is my little broom I use to sweep the floor. I have to sweep the floor pretty often so that I can roll my stool around. Takes just 30 seconds to just kind of sweep it out of the way. And then this is my wire burner. I want to make another one for my thinner wire. And then these are my for charging. And then the wires just go down and over. And all my wiring is plugged in right there. And right now I'm plugged in to house current, but in the future I'm going to be traveling. Like for the winter I'm going to be here, and then in the spring and summer I'm going to start doing traveling. So I'm going to be hooked up to a battery and an inverter to run my lathe and everything while I'm out and about. These are some more Forstner bits that I have. And this right here, this is a curtain. It's just on a PVC pipe. It's kind of wedged up against the walls on both ends, so it stays. It's pretty sturdy. So what I do is when I'm going to turn, I just slide this across, and this separates the back of the van from the front to keep shavings and all that from flying up into the rest of the van. So and it's same thing, cheap shower curtain from Walmart, and then I just cut it the length I need. So so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna end this video now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.